In the outer reaches of the Orion Expanse, the species known as the Varkoon built their entire civilization on one belief. If something is weaker, it exists to be taken. They were not the biggest empire in the galaxy, not the oldest, but they were among the most confident. Because in their history, confidence had always worked. Until Earth entered their charts. Earth was marked as a low-tier biological world. No rare minerals worth military effort. No strategic position worth long campaigns. No known interstellar fleet presence. To the Varkoon, that meant one thing: easy expansion. So they came. The first contact was not a battle. It was a landing. 3 Varkoon command ships descended over Earth's northern hemisphere, broadcasting a universal surrender demand. The message was simple: submit planetary governance. Resistance will be processed. They expected fear. They expected collapse. They expected negotiation. Instead, they got silence. Then came the response. A single human transmission, translated through their systems. You are not authorized to land. The Varkoon commander laughed. Authorization. From prey. And he ordered full planetary occupation. At 3:17 local Earth time, the ships touched down. At 3:18, every external communication from those ships stopped.
No distress signals. No explosions. No escape launches.
Just silence. The Varkoon assumed technical failure. They sent drones. The drones returned different data. Some reported empty landing zones. Some reported active human settlements behaving normally. Some returned with corrupted logs repeating one line. Target classification changed. Inside Earth's surface, nothing looked unusual. Cities remained active. Humans continued daily life. But beneath that normality, something had already shifted. Not panic. Not fear. Awareness. Because humanity had stopped treating unknown visitors as gods or threats a long time ago. They treated them as problems to be categorized. Deep underground, systems that had never been publicly acknowledged began activating. Not weapons in the traditional sense, but layered response networks built over decades of silent preparation. Orbital tracking arrays that no one admitted existed. Autonomous defense grids that required no central command. And something far more dangerous. Systems that learned from every previous contact humanity had ever survived. The Varkoon commander finally realized something was wrong when his ship could not lift off. Engines were functional. Fuel systems were intact. Navigation systems were responsive. But every attempt to initiate departure resulted in identical output. No valid exit condition exists. He ordered manual override. Nothing changed. Then panic began. Above ground, humans watched quietly.
No evacuation. No alarms.
Just controlled observation. One analyst finally spoke. They assumed landing meant control. A pause. They never defined what happens when landing permission is denied after arrival. The Varkoon forces attempted communication with orbit. No response. Attempted planetary conquest protocols. Systems refused execution. Attempted force escalation. Weapon systems deactivated at the software level. Not hacked. Not destroyed. Simply invalidated. Then the human voice returned. Not from speakers. Not from devices. From every system connected to planetary infrastructure at once. Calm. Flat. Final. You are classified as an unregistered intrusion event. A pause. Correction is now active. The Varkoon commander demanded identity. Who are you? The answer came instantly. The species you called prey. A pause. We updated your classification. Space above Earth flickered. Not with explosions, but with reconfiguration. The Varkoon fleet in orbit began losing positional coherence, as if space itself no longer agreed they were there. One ship vanished from all tracking systems without leaving debris. Then another. Then another. Not destroyed. Removed from navigational reality. Inside the final ship, alarms screamed endlessly. A scientist whispered in terror. They didn't attack us. A pause. They changed what we are allowed to be here. The commander made one last transmission attempt. We surrender. Silence. Then the human response. Surrender implies authority. A pause. You never had any here. And then Earth revealed nothing further. Because nothing further was required. The invasion ended not with war, but with classification. Days later, the Varkoon Empire attempted to re-establish contact. Earth responded once. A final message entered every galactic relay. Do not return. No threat. No warning. Just finality. And in the archives of every species that survived to record the event, one phrase became permanent. They thought humans were prey. Until the system updated.